There's a chair by your window. You sit there every afternoon, not to read, not to watch the garden, to watch the driveway, waiting for a car you recognize. It never comes. You've been here 7 months now, room 14. The nurses are kind. The food arrives warm. There's a television on the wall and a small shelf where someone helped you place 3 photographs. Your daughter at her wedding, your son at his graduation. The 2 of them as children at a beach you can still smell if you close your eyes. You look at those photographs every morning when you wake up. And every morning you think, today might be the day one of them walks through that door. 7 months. And you've stopped counting how many times today became tomorrow. You remember the day they brought you here. Your daughter held your hand in the parking lot. She said, "You'll love it here. They have activities. There's a garden." She was trying not to cry, and you could see it. And you didn't say anything, because you didn't want to make it harder for her. So you nodded. You said, "I'll be fine." You watched her car disappear down the road, and you told yourself she'd visit on Sunday. Sunday came. Then another Sunday. Then a whole season of Sundays. And you stopped telling yourself things that turned out not to be true. You don't blame her. That's the part people on the outside would never understand. You don't carry anger toward your children, not even close. She has her own children, her own mortgage, her own life, moving at a pace you can barely picture anymore. You know this. You remind yourself of this every afternoon when the driveway stays empty. She loves you. She's busy. Both things are true at the same time. And somehow, that combination, love plus absence, is lonelier than anything else you've ever felt. Because if there was a reason that made no sense, you could push back against it. But love and absence together just sit in your chest with nowhere to go. Here is what nobody tells you about growing old. The hardest part is not the body slowing down. It isn't the medications lined up on the windowsill or the way your hands shake slightly when you pour tea. The hardest part is becoming invisible to the people you spent your entire life making sure were seen. You were the one who stayed up. You were the one who handled things quietly, so no one else had to worry. You were the person at the back of every photograph, making sure everyone else was in the frame. You did all of it without keeping score because keeping score felt wrong, because love was supposed to be the kind of thing you give without expecting it back. Now you sit in this chair, and some afternoons, very quietly, you wonder if that was a mistake. There's something you've started doing that you're a little ashamed of. When new residents arrive and their families come to help them settle in, you find a reason to walk slowly past their room, not to intrude, just to hear the sound of a family in the same hallway as you. The gentle arguing about where to hang the clock. The daughter saying, "Mom, it's going to be fine," in a voice that means she's saying it for herself as much as for her parent. The laughter that spills out under the door. You walk past and feel something you can't quite name. Glad for them. Hopeful their visits stay frequent. And privately, silently, aching for yourself. You walk quickly back to room 14 before anyone sees your face. On Wednesday afternoons, a volunteer named Sarah comes and reads the newspaper to whoever gathers in the common room. You always go. Not because you can't read, you read perfectly well, thank you, but because her voice is warm and she says your name when she speaks to you. She makes eye contact like you are a person with a full life behind you, not just a resident in a facility. Research on elderly loneliness has found that the average care home resident goes more than 2 weeks at a stretch without a meaningful one-on-one conversation with someone who actually knows them. Not a nurse asking about pain levels. Not a carer running through a checklist. Someone who knows their name and chooses to use it. Some weeks, that Wednesday hour is the most seen you've felt all week. You think about that more than you'd like to. The loneliest thing in the world is not being alone in an empty room. It's being forgotten by the people whose faces you still see every time you close your eyes. It's loving someone so completely that even their absence feels like presence, and slowly realizing that for them, your absence feels like nothing at all. That is the quiet that lives in this room, not the silence of peace. The silence of being left behind by people who are still alive and who are choosing every single day, without meaning to be somewhere else. Just a face you've loved for decades walking through that door. That's all it would take. That face just hasn't come. You've stopped calling your children first. You made that decision quietly, about 3 months ago. Not out of pride. Out of love, the specific, exhausted kind of love that stops asking, because it can't bear to hear the pause before the answer anymore. Every time you called, you could hear it. That half second before the, "Oh, hi, Mom." The sound of someone shifting from their real life into the version of themselves that talks to you. And the calls were always 6 minutes, warm, rushed, ending with, "I'll call you back later." Sometimes, later came. Often, it didn't. And you'd set the phone down on the table and sit with the feeling of being a task someone had ticked off their list. So you stopped initiating. You told yourself it was so they wouldn't feel obligated. But honestly, you just couldn't keep handing your heart to a 6-minute phone call and pretending it was enough. What you think about instead, in the long afternoons, is everything that came before this room. You think about the weight of your son in your arms, the first night you brought him home from the hospital, how terrified and certain you were at the same time. You think about the kitchen in the old house, the noise of it, the chaos, the arguments about homework and the smell of dinner, and the sound of the back door swinging open when the kids came in from school, that specific creak it had that drove you mad for 20 years, and that you would give anything to hear one more time. The muddy shoes at the door that you complained about constantly and would give every single thing you have left just to trip over one more time. You think about the way your daughter used to call every Sunday morning before she got busy, not to report in, not to check boxes, just to talk, the way people do when they have time and they choose to spend it on you. You replay those calls sometimes, the long ones, and they feel like water. If you are watching this and you have a parent somewhere tonight, in a care home, in a flat that's gone quiet, in a house that used to be too loud, hear this. They are not telling you they're lonely. They are editing their days to sound fuller than they are. They are saying, "I'm fine, don't worry," on reflex, because they've been saying it their whole lives to keep you comfortable. Because protecting you from worry is so deeply built into who they are that they can't stop doing it even now, even when that protection costs them everything. The absence of complaint is not the presence of happiness. It just means they love you more than they love the truth of how their days actually feel. If this is sitting somewhere uncomfortable in your chest right now, pick up your phone. Not after this video. Now. And when they answer, don't ask about medications. Don't ask how the food is. Ask them something real. Ask what they've been thinking about this week. Ask them about something that happened before you were born. Ask them a question that makes them feel like a whole person with a whole history, not a patient in a care plan. That conversation might be the best thing that happens to them this entire week. Really, let yourself sit with that. You are 81 years old. You have things inside you that no one else alive carries. The way your mother's kitchen smelled. The year everything went wrong and you held the family together anyway. The song that was playing the night you knew you were in love. You are not a collection of medical needs in a manila folder. You are a full person with a full life that is still happening, still feeling, still capable of so much love that it has nowhere to go in this quiet room. So it just stays in your chest, and you carry it alone. And this is the part that breaks you most. In the dark, in the chair by the window. You would do all of it again. Every school run, every sleepless night, every time you put yourself last so someone else could go first. You would do every single piece of it again, without hesitation, for the same people who now sometimes go 3 weeks without calling. Because that's who you are. Because the love didn't change just because the room got quiet. because you don't know how to love any other way. The driveway is empty again today, but you'll sit here tomorrow because hope is the last thing that belongs entirely to you, and you're not ready to give it up yet. If you have a parent in a chair somewhere right now, go to them. Not this weekend, not when things slow down, before the chair by the window becomes the whole story of how they spent their final years. Sit with them. Stay longer than feels comfortable. Let them talk without looking at your phone. Because one day, that chair will be empty, and you will give everything to sit beside it one more time. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs the reminder. We'll see you in the next one.